Hi there everyone, this is Ikopal. In this session we're going to look at the survey administration module, the Integgro Software Solution. Now supposing you have a series of questions you'd like to ask your customers, to find out the experience about your product, or to just find some information that you'd like to put on a survey out there. And let's say you can do this either on your website, or you can email these survey forms to your customers so that they can give you feedback, and your feedback would come back to your email. So we would need one thing. I have prepared my Gmail account, so this is where I'll receive my emails, and then I have the survey administration module. On the planning bit, I would come and specify how I would want my survey to operate. I've put my reply to and also the sender email, and recipient email. So this could be different. What I've said is that I just wanted all the survey forms that I send out there, I want the replies to come back to this email address. Alright, so on top here we have what we call the CGI script location. This script is what is used to send the emails across the internet. So the solution will allow you to download this script using this download button here, and you can save that script on your website. This is a PHP script. You can save it on your website. Don't change anything on it, just save it on your website and then place the path here where the CGI script location is. So if you have this script, and mine is located on this on integro.com, and the name is surveyformail.php. So that is where we link it to, which means that that's the CGI script that will be used for responses that you're receiving from all the surveys that you have. Now once everything is done, you can put your footer as a copyright information. I'm using a Leaders Limited logo. This is just a fictitious company logo that I created, though you can upload the logo that you want here same way, just picking the logo from your computer and it would appear there. So once that is done, we have done the quick customization, so we can come and create a survey. Okay, so to create a survey, you click on the new button, and here we're going to create a customer survey. Customer survey number 7, for example. Okay, so we'll create a file name, and the file name will just be one name. We can just call it maybe customer S7, and we can pick whichever extension you'd like to work with. You can work with the HTML, which is mainly for your browser, web browser, meaning you're creating a survey that will generate a form that can be opened on a web browser, and HTML as well. You can even use Excel or just a Word document to create your surveys. So I'll use the HTML for now, and the format can pick a format to be a single page or a multiple page. For multiple pages, it means the user will have to create a next button for them to answer the next question. So I'll just use the multiple format. On the display, you can get to choose the size of the page. If you pick 100%, then it will fill the whole page. If you limit it to some sizes, like let's say 950 pixels, then that would limit the worksheet to just be on a smaller sizable form. Then we have the organization name that you'd like to use. You can create different organizations for the specific survey. Then here comes to the theming and the colors. You can select which colors you'd like to see. You'd like to have for the question text, for your background as well. If you wanted the survey form to have a specific background color, so just to make sure that everything is in place. The answer text, what colors would you like to have, and so on and so forth. So it's always good to try this out. When you print out the test survey form, then you come back and change the color, or the entire page color. You can also change it to a specific color as you want. So that's about it. If you wanted to show the question numbers on the pages, you might as well say yes. If you say yes, it means the numbering for all the questions will be auto inserted by the solution. But normally, if you'd like to put in the numbers yourself, you just use the no. If you want to put comments at the end of every survey form, so that the person who's submitting the survey form will give you comments at the end, then you'll use that option there. So we'll just create our survey form. So now we have the customer survey 7. Now the next thing is, okay, we can actually first preview it to see it, but we don't have any questions inside it yet. So we'll click on browser, and it will show us we have the customer survey 7, and we have our logo there, and the customer can, then you have because we had actually selected the multiple pages, then customer can start survey. So when they start survey, they'll be able to do that, and they'll be able to submit at the end of the survey. So let's just add a few questions here, and then you can see all the options that are coming in. So we select the customer survey 7, and we come to the content, the form content. We can add the questions that are there. So I did not pick the numbering for the question, so it's not automatic. Now the first, I'll start by putting in an instruction, say please complete all questions. So that could be probably an instruction that I would like to give to the person who's surveying. So we'll select that as an instruction. And if you wanted to create categories, then we can add categories here. So we can just say probably let's put in a category, call it main, or we can call it January 2017. So this is going to be our category there. All right, so we can say January 2017. So we're doing one for this season. We have an instruction, please complete all questions. So we update that, then we add a new one. So now we have question 1. So now I'm putting in numbers manually because I did not select to be for the auto insertion of numbers. So we can start by saying what is your name, for example. Okay, I know this is just a simple question. So this is an open question, so we select the open question type, meaning there is going to have an open answer. Again, we can put it in the same category. All right, so question number 2, we can say we can ask again a different type of question. So we can use a list. So we can select for example where do you live? Where do you live? And we want a list, so I'll just use the small letters. Where do you live? So I'll put in just a few items there. So where do you live? Let's say we can say maybe you live in you live at home. Okay, or maybe we can say you also live in school. You live in school, or perhaps you live up country, or maybe you live in the city. Okay, so if this is just to ask where do you live, from this list you can select where you live. So I'll finish my list and I'll add another question. So we can have a question for checkboxes. This is going to be my question number 3. Okay, so my question number 3 would be for checkboxes. We can just say please select one. Please select one that suits you or something. So I'm just trying to keep this short because of time. So for my checkboxes, again, I can add checkboxes. So I would say red, blue, yellow. Okay, so I want them to select one of those, so I can just say select one. You can be a bit more creative. I mean, I know probably your questions would be more elaborate than this, but this is just an example of how you'd work around that. So then we also have a different type of question, which is on the rating. So for the rating, you can ask, how do you rate your performance? Okay, for example, how do you rate your performance? Then again, this on the rating, so you can have a sequence of that. All right, so working on the questions, we say my question number 5 is, how do you rate your performance? And we have the minimum probably would be good. So as the numbers work on, like from number 1, so we can say good, perhaps we have better. This would be very creative. We have better, and then we have great. Okay, again, if you're doing a question that has the different ratings, you can rate all the way to a maximum of 10. So this would just be a simple example. Again, I'll put this on my January 2017, and I will update that, and that would take me to my final type of question, which is ranking. So that was question number this one will be question number 5. Then we can say just rank the following in terms of either ascending and so on and so forth. But let's just do a simple one. So we can put this again on the 7. So we'll come and put in our rank. So how do you rank the following? Let's say we start with breakfast, and then we have the lunch, then we have dinner. Okay, so I'll ask this individual to just rank these items, so breakfast, lunch, dinner. The idea would be which one comes first. So you can add as many items that you'd like to add on that. So that would complete my sequence of questions. Now, as you've noticed, I have, if I come to edit, I'll be able to see all the questions that I put in place. I can add more items. So now I can come and enhance my question. Rank the following in terms of the time of the day. So that would form my question. So I can add that. So that means my customer survey 7 already has about 6 questions. So I can preview that on the browser again. And now on the browser, I'll start survey. So you can see the first one is an instruction. Please complete all the questions. So I'll say next. And this one would ask me, what is your name? So I'd put in my name. When I click on next, where do you live? So I can select here. This one was the list option. I live at home, in school, upcountry, or the city. So I can say I live in the city. Please select one. I'll pick blue. So these are check boxes version of the questions. On the next, how do you rate your performance? Was it good? Was it better? Or is it great? Okay, so that's how the options would come in. And then we also have rank the following. So you can say rank the following questions. So you can see breakfast, lunch, dinner. So which one comes first is breakfast, then followed by lunch, then followed by dinner. Okay, again, as you can see here, we have comments. So you can enter comments. So it's nice because I allowed them to enter comments for every question, and you can also move back and forth. You can go to previous questions, enter your comments there as you add your questions, and so on. And then we have the final question, which allows us to submit the questionnaire. So we can submit there, and we'll receive a thank you message, and the information has been sent. So if I come back to my Gmail here, you can see there's a survey response here. It comes from me because I sent I applied as the sender. So I would see my recipient. You can see my recipient email. I have the reply to email, and then how the survey was answered. So you can see here, what's your name, where do you live, please select one. Is selected blue. Rate, how do you rate your performance? Great. You know, rank the following. So it was ranked breakfast, lunch, dinner 1, 2 and 3. And then the comments, this was nice. So this is fairly simple. The idea of us having this kind of a survey form would be that once you've generated your survey, the form will be saved somewhere on your computer, and you can save this where you can actually access it. All right. As a survey. Then what happens is that when you, let's just save it, as give it a name like 2017 or something. So once you have that, you should be able to take this copy. Let's show it on the desktop. So we have this latest 2017 and the latest 2017 files. So what happens is that these files can be now collected and sent. You can either put the HTML file on your website, which of course if someone opens it, then they're able to carry on the survey, or you can simply email this file together with its component files, like the logo. You can email it to the customer or whoever you want to perform the survey forms. Then they'll be able to answer it, because by just opening this file, they'll be able to complete it and submit the survey form, and you know, as long as they are connected to the internet. All right, so that is how you can quickly create your survey forms using the survey administration module. And I hope to see you again next time. Thank you very much for watching. So we can have